somebody calling now. Hold on. We got somebody calling now. Hey,
Hey.
State your name.
It's Jay King.
Jay King, what's going on, sir?
Yo.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
I was trying not to hear too much. Like, man, I ain't seen the episode yet, man. I hope they don't say nothing.
Nah, it's all good. What's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. I just wanted to actually, now, kind of a little bit in relation to what you're saying, but a little more to the actual real life part of it, man. It's the way that as black men we believe that violence is always the answer to or response to certain things. Like everything we do, it seems like the answer to it has to be violence. Like there's no other choice. Violence is the only answer. Anything after the next either makes us less than a man or less than a person.
I mean, honestly, the smartest dudes don't get their hands dirty, honestly.
Exactly, because you got more intelligence to use. Like the strongest ability you can have is not strength or even a fighting ability. It's actually your ability to think. And the best way, even as black men, the best way for us to get power over our oppressors is, like you said, that power. And the way you do that is financially hit the pockets. Money seems to rule, especially here in the capitalist country, as much as we like to ignore or deny that this is a capitalistic country. It's a capitalistic country. So to beat our oppressors, we got to hit them financially. We can't hit them physically every single time. I mean, the best way to hit the pockets. You know what I'm saying? Disturb certain communities that are not our own. And this thing came up in the whole idea between the Terry Crews thing. I got into it with a guy about Terry Crews. He called Terry Crews a sissy and punk and all this other stuff, a beta male, because he decided not to choose violence. And he ignored the fact that he took action. He kept saying he didn't do anything about it. A guy grabs his nuts. He didn't do nothing. Well, why is him going to court and hit this man's pockets not doing nothing? That's
exactly. Oh, it's definitely doing something. And when you think about, here's the thing.
But that's the problem, though. That's the double standard of society. Like, I got to speak on it.
Oh, it definitely
And another thing is domestic violence, definitely. There's wives out there whooping their husbands. There's wives out there beating their wives. Key example, since we're talking about sports, Brittany Griner beating the shit out of her wife. And you don't hear nothing about it. But at the same time, though, the whole Me Too movement, and the reason why I respect Terry Crews so much, because he's doing it in his prime. He ain't wait till his career was over. He ain't wait 20 or 30 years later like some people did in the whole Bill Cosby situation. Right. He's doing it right now while he's still in his prime. And you know what? He's actually paying for it. He doesn't even care. And I could do nothing but agree with the sacrifice, because he's about to lose Expendables for that. We know Expendables pay.
And it's extreme. It was a executive, extreme high-end executive. A lot of people were telling them just let it go. It was a joke. It's not a joke. I mean, me personally, I ain't trying to be walking. I don't care who you are. Don't be grabbing my nuts, man. I'm cool with it too. And I can't even say I would have reacted the same way, because as quote woke as I may be, I have a tendency to grasp those same actions that the oppressors put on me as well. I act violently on times as myself. So I might have acted violently, I might have punched the man in the face, but that man took the high road. He was able to stop himself in that moment, and he said it was his lady that got him to that point, understanding that he didn't have to do that. And this man speaking down on him just took that route. I thought was crazy. Like, as a black man to a black man, why is it that you decided that you was going to tear him down for this? I don't understand that.
Yeah. And why should have been added to the stereotype? You know what I mean? As being an angry black man. Because let's say, okay, Terry Crews retaliate. He beats this guy to a pulp, and
which he would have done easily.
Yep. Oh, exactly. But then guess what? You get a 50-50, and you know who it would have went in favor of. Because some people would have said, yeah, I saw him, grab his nuts and other people. I didn't see nothing. It
would have been footage of him just assaulting him. Yeah, it would have just been footage of him assaulting him.
That's it.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, why not take the high road? You expose this guy, like you said, his pocket. Like, if y'all look at the situations that's going on now, like I tell people, the silent protest is cool, but the main thing is being nonviolent, making these videos go viral. This way, people can understand and see it. Like the guy who was at that pool and questioned the black family and wanted to, with the homeowners association, and he wanted to see their ID and everything. What happened? He ended up losing his job.
Exactly. It's about, like you said, it's about exposure, but it's also about that matter of breaking knowledge. That, like, think about this. Let's take it all the way back. Go back to the Rodney King video.
Okay.
That was something people didn't know at the time. Like, people outside of our communities did not know that was going on to us. That wasn't new to us. To everybody else, it was some sporadic, random moment that was crazy. And they got off on it. We're not going to talk about the actual result or how they handled it, but it was a matter of them exposing it, putting it on camera, exposing to the world. Now the world knows this is happening. Now they, quote-unquote, try to crack down on it, still coming back up again, but then what's going on again? We bringing it back up again. Hey, by the way, guys, just to let you know, ain't shit changed. So we got.
It's another end of the cycle, man.
Yeah, we don't
at
have
the end of the day, hate breeds hate. Hate breeds hate at the end of the day.
So we gotta we gotta stand up, and I definitely admire him for taking that route. You know what I'm saying? It made me think, okay, how many other situations can I avoid the violent route? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to be violent. And I'm not a violent person. But getting into it with certain people and having this conversation, I think it's crazy that our black men seem to be the ones, like, going against him the most. And it's like, that's just crazy to me. Like, because even despite how I reacted, I never would have whipped at this dude in that manner. Because at the end of the day, I thought it took hella guts to do that. Like, think about how many men are actually being sexually assaulted, and they don't speak up because of how it looks. Well, we got him, and they don't talk. Got to think about what lasts longer. Okay, you can knock this man out. You can beat him to a pulp, and he right back up, right? Because you beat him any more than just a knockout. If you really beat this man to hospitalization, then you locked up. Stay in the realm of self-defense, what this man tried to claim. Oh, it's self-defense, you can hit him. All right, cool. But if you do anything other than what the realm of self-defense is, you are locked up. So you can only hit him, and so only to a point to get him to stop. And if he grabs nuts, you have to back off. You can't hit him back.
And his situation, you can't too. Because imagine if he did and ended up getting blacklisted from Hollywood and all that. That's his livelihood. That's how his family eat. You know what I mean? That was a sacrifice for his family initially, and he got the okay for his family to come out with it. Because let's be honest, all of us here on this phone, if you was in that situation, what would have been your reaction? I probably would have decked it. I would have decked the fucking man.
Well, he definitely pushed
so
him.
much that he was able to have restraint.
He did push the dude back, which was good, and I think he showed great restraint with that, just pushing the guy off. Like, that was good.
I mean, I thought that's all you can do. If you think legally, you can't really. If you hit him, you might be able to get one punch off and stay in the self-defense realm because of the reaction of it. But if you hit him hard enough, which Terry Crews is a big dude, it's kind of hard not to hit somebody hard enough. All they end up with a little bruise, then they can sue you for assault. Okay, such happened, but did you go too far? People don't understand that realm of self-defense is very vague. You can't go too far with the self-defense realm. It's not that big of a defense. Like, unless you have a mental issue, then otherwise, you know, it's not a big argument to fight with. So he took the high route. So and then he hit him in the part that was going to last longer and have a bigger thing. He messed up his reputation, his perception, his money,
and his pocket.
This man just